So what do you think about artificial intelligence and security today and the perspective for the future?
I think artificial intelligence and security have an enormous future. I think the potential is to double, triple, quadruple the productivity as of what we can do as humans. In the short term, it's a little harder maybe than we thought a year ago to get there. 20-30% of the work is probably the technology, but 70-80% of the work is the people changing their behavior and working differently. And that's just much harder than just rolling out a bit of technology.
Do you think it's a problem of ethic, of fear?
I think there's, at the moment, not yet ethic. I do think there's fear. There's fear of, if you listen to the youth, for example, they will say, will there be jobs for me, or what kind of jobs? What should I study now? People told me I should study software, and now they say you can't, shouldn't, because it will be automatic. And so there's a bit of fear of the future. But I think the other thing is there's just inertia. People take time to change. You know, I always look, the best AI example is to me the airport gates. It used to be that 10 officers would scan our passport. Now we scan our passport and we have 2 officers and we have people explain. That's a change, but not every airport has it already done perfectly yet. So it just takes time, about a decade, to do these things step by step in every process.
And what do you think will be the next step?
Well, I think there's a lot of activity in coding. There's a lot of activity in customer support. There's a lot of activity in call it text interpretation, summarizing, and adding. I would expect that there's something around robotics and automation. So whether we will all have a robot walking around next year, not, but in 10, 20 years, there will be hundreds and hundreds and thousands of robots enabling the change. So there will be more hardware involved with what is currently mostly software-based AI.
Europe is not the first in this process. We used to look at United States, China, and other countries that maybe have less fear.
So I'm not sure whether that's fear. The technology ecosystem in the US was always very strong. A few steps, for example, the semiconductor equipment, we're very, very strong in Europe, very strong. The leading company in the world is there in Europe. But then other steps were maybe a little weaker. I believe if 80% of the work is changing humans, we can then say we're going to be slower or not, but that's a decision. The technology thing here and there, we probably are behind, but even that you could catch up on. To me, the real question is, are we going to do it? And to me, the doing is an 80% human question, which we as Europeans can decide to do slower or faster. It's up to us.